Magandang araw, ako po si Sir Ariel, ang ALS lover ng Edtech Unit. Narito po ako para sa isang napakagandang balita at upang magpaalala na ang kinabukasan ay mas gaganda at uunlad kung ang lahat ay patuloy na mag-aaral. Sa edukasyon sa ating bansa, tiyak na walang maiiwanan sa pag-abot ng mga pangarap. Kaya naman ang Department of Education ICT's Educational Technology Unit at Alternative Learning System Task Force ay nagtutulungan sa pagkakaroon ng ALS Tech Empowerment Program upang maihatid ang excellent quality education sa ating mga ALS learner and teachers. To easily deliver the lessons from the modules and other references, we will provide tablet PC as part of the DepEd computerization program to all ALS teachers and orientation on the use of these packages. To deepen the pedagogical use of information and communications and technology in delivering instructions, there are training workshops on the use and curation of open educational resources or OER, Google and Microsoft productivity tools, creation of video lessons using PowerPoint presentations and KineMaster, and on ebook or e-magazine development. To create an avenue for remedial lessons that is open to all learners, teachers, and parents, we will have the ETUlay free online tutorial and mobile ETUlay, where we will visit remote schools to feature the best practices of our ALS teachers and learners. Sa mga out-of-school youth and adult, laging tatandaan na may pag-asa upang makapagpatuloy sa pag-aaral. May ALS para sa inyo. Ang edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICT's Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, dear learners of English 7, and have a nice Tuesday. So we're going to have another online tutorial session for this afternoon. Again, this is for English 7. So let us now start with our tutorial session. So again, welcome everyone to the ETUlay online tutorial for English 7. Today, we're going to have quarter 4, week 4, and our topic will be recognizing punchlines from jokes and anecdotes. So this is going to be one happy episode of ETUlay because we're going to discuss punchlines, jokes, and anecdotes. So I hope everybody is very happy and very positive as we start our online session. So I am your tutor Drazel, and I am handling English 7 from 1:40 to 2:20 p.m. That is every Tuesday. So before we continue, let me just thank SDO Pasig for allowing us to use the self-learning module for this afternoon. So let us now begin with our objectives for this week. So at the end of the session, you will be able to do the following things. Again, we are having quarter 4, week 4. So first, We're going to define punchlines, jokes, and anecdotes. Next, we're also going to analyze these jokes and anecdotes. And of course, we're going to identify where the punchlines are from these jokes and anecdotes. So we're not just going to have a fun session. Instead, we're also going to do critical analyses of these jokes and anecdotes, so you wouldn't really be missing out the fun on these jokes and anecdotes. So let us now begin with our pre-test. So the pre-test is here to guide us or to measure our knowledge if we are already ready or prepared to have or to start the lesson for this afternoon. So this is our direction for this pre-test. You're going to identify the correct punchlines of the jokes. So you're going to just choose the letter of your answer. So let us now begin. So while we are waiting for others to get ready, let me just greet Ma'am Gina Borja from Tapat Tipas National High School. And of course, we also have the students from Mangahan High School who are always watching. And we also have Sir Joseph Ong from Mangahan High School, Sir Rolf Cedrickson one also, and many others from Admirable and from grade 7 and grade 10 students also. Thank you very much for joining this afternoon. So let us now begin with our pre-test. Let us have the first item. Number one, how did the telephone propose to its girlfriend? Again, how did the telephone propose to its girlfriend? Let's have the following choices. Letter A, he gave her a ring. B, he gave her a bill. Or letter C, he gave her a call. What do you think is the correct answer? You may have seen the correct answer, so let me just check if your eyes are really fast. Were you able to get that? Okay, that was not part of the joke, of course, but we now have answers here, and of course, some of you have already seen the answer, so definitely your answer is letter A. Very good. That was really fast. Very good. Next, let us now have the second item. Want to hear a bad cat joke? Let's have the following options. Letter A, just joking. B, just kidding. Or C, just kidding. What do you think is the correct punchline for that? What is the answer for number two? Again, please don't forget to write the number of the question you're answering before you proceed with giving your answer. We now have answers here from Kate, from Boymar, from Jim, from Ia, from Leslie, from Lean. Let us check if their answer is correct. Very good, Sarah. Your answer is correct. It's letter C. Just kidding. Next, number three. What kind of music are balloons afraid of? What kind of music are balloons afraid of? Letter A, pop music. B, rap music. Or C, jazz music. What do you think is the correct punchline for number three? Let us see the answers. Let us have the answers now. Let us have, okay, we now have answers from Jill, from Maria Eliza, from Rolf, from Amber, from Cherwil. Let us check if the correct answer is letter A. Very good, people. That's letter A. Thank you very much for answering. Let's now proceed with number four. What do you call friends who love math? What do you call friends who love math? Letter A, best bros. B, algebros. Or C, bros for life. What do you think is the correct answer for number four? Let us have the answers. Please write your answers on the comments. And we now have answers here from JC, from Kathleya, from Jomar, from Cedric, from Stephen also, and Brianna May. Let us check if their answer is correct. Is it letter B? Very good, Daniela and Kiana. Your answer is correct. It's letter B. Let's proceed with number 5. What two keys can't open any door? Letter A, car keys. Letter B, old keys. Or letter C, monkey and a donkey. What do you think are the two keys that can't open any door? Please post your answer on the comments. Let us now check. We have answers from D1, from Gabrielle, from Kate, from Francis, from Francine. The correct answer is, let us check if the answer of Seth is correct. Is it letter C? Very good, Seth. Very good, Gian and Miles. The answer is letter C. Very good. So that's a monkey and a donkey. Very good. Now let us proceed. So that only means that you are now ready for the lesson for today. So let us try to remember, what did we have last week? So this is our learning from home thoughts for this afternoon. First, let's have the first review question. What is listening? Let's try to find out if you still remember our our previous lesson. That was last Tuesday. That was June 1. What do you remember about our last topic? What do you understand about the definition of listening? Okay, let me check. Please write your answers on the comments. Okay, while we're waiting, let me greet Emily and Roberto and Maria Grace Pablo Capunay, Melissa Yvette Mercado, Carlene Jean Dupa, and Nonoy de la Verges. Happy watching and happy learning. Do we now have answers? So, what is listening for you? You may write your own definition as to how you understood the word listening. We have discussed that last week. So, what do you understand about it? Anybody? So, let us check. Okay, we now have an answer here from Catlea Soriano. It's giving one's attention to a sound. Very good. Angel Frugal says that it's the ability to accurately receive and interpret the message and in the communication process. Very good. And according to Seth Migano, it's the key to all effective communication. Very good for those definitions. You really remembered our topic last week. Let's have another review question. Why is listening important? Why is listening important? What do you think is the reason why we have to listen? Okay, let's have some answers now. Okay, listening is very important for us to give action. That's according to Roberto Garcia. Very good. According to Cedric, it's the key for effective communication. That's very, very good also. And then we also have from Gabrielle, it helps us communicate and analyze things. Very good. So those are very good answers. Thank you very much for participating in our review sessions. It only means one thing, that you still remembered everything that we have discussed last Tuesday. So we can now proceed to our topic this afternoon. So now let's have some thoughts to ponder. Who does not like to laugh? Okay, of course, everybody would always want to be happy. Everybody likes to laugh, especially now in this time of pandemic that everybody, or I mean, a lot of us are filled with negativities. Whatever we look at, we always see some negative things. There are a lot of negative things that are happening around us. So a good laugh will always give a positive outlook in our lives. So according to many, it's a cliche, laughter is the best medicine. It may sound as a cliche, but it is always, and it is still very true. So if you are feeling sick, if you are feeling lonesome, all you need to do is have a good laugh and you will be well and you will be okay, right? So laughter is needed, of course, in staying positive in life, especially this time of pandemic. We really need that positivity, and of course, we can only have that with punchlines and jokes, anecdotes, and in other forms of text that help us to somehow forget our troubles in life. So today, this afternoon, we're going to discuss how can we analyze these punchlines or these jokes in anecdotes? Of course, we have to take note of where is or what is the punchline in all these things. So that would really give us a good laugh. That is still critical thinking, of course. And critical thinking is still part of the 21st century learning skills, part of higher order thinking skills. So let us now define the following terms. First, let us define the word punchline. The punchline of a joke or funny story is its last sentence or phrase, which give it its humor. So please don't forget, the punchline of a joke or any funny story is always at the last sentence or phrase. It will never be given in the beginning. Okay, don't forget that. Next, what about a joke? So what is a joke? A joke is something said or done that will provoke laughter. So it is a brief oral narrative with a climactic humorous twist. So it is a joke if it makes you laugh. Okay? So let's now have an example of a joke here. We had this in the pretest a while ago. So the girl says, "Want to hear a bad cat joke?" And the cat would answer, "Just kitten." Okay, so now let us analyze this joke. So, of course, the punchline here of the joke is the word kitten. Okay, supposed to be, instead of saying kidding, which is the real term, you say just kidding. Instead of saying kidding, you say kitten. Okay, because a small cat is called a kitten. So that makes it a bad cat joke. Okay, so that is a punchline. So don't ever forget that. Okay, now, what about an anecdote? What do we understand about an anecdote? So, anecdotes cover a wide variety of stories and tales, especially since they can be about basically any subject under the sun. So, an anecdote is a short story about a real person or event, usually serving to make the listeners laugh or ponder over a topic. Okay, so that would be an anecdote. So, let us have an example here of an anecdote. The title of the story or the anecdote is Bloody Awful. Okay, now listen. When my 5-year old daughter came down with a virus, I took her to the doctor's office. Holding her hands, I explained the sad facts. The doctor is now going to draw some blood. Calmly and stoically, she responded, "Whose?" The punchline is the word whose. Now, what makes this a joke? As you can see, I'll just explain it. As you can see, the daughter or the 5-year-old girl is having a virus. So now, with the mother being exposed to the virus also because of the daughter, now the question is whose blood will be taken because both of them are already infected with the virus. So that becomes the punchline. Okay, so now let us proceed with some more activities. Let us try to check whether we can also locate the punchlines. Let us have activity one. So again, we are going to do the following things. So this would be the direction. You're just going to write T if the statement is true, and F if the statement is false. Okay, now if you are ready for activity one, please give a thumbs up comment. Okay, please give a thumbs up comment if you are now ready for activity one. Activity one will also be composed of 5 items. Okay, we now have some uh, thumbs up comments now here. Thumbs up reacts. So that only means that you are now ready for our 5 item activity one. Let us now proceed. Number one, the punchline is the one that gives humor to the joke or story. Number one, the punchline is the one that gives humor to the joke or story. Please do not put the answer first. I'll give everything first and I'll give you time as to when you will comment your answer. Number two, punchlines are written in the beginning part of the joke or story. Again, punchlines are written in the beginning part of the joke or story. Number three, there is only one type of anecdote. There is only one type of anecdote. Number four, joke is something said or done to provoke laughter. Joke is something said or done to provoke laughter. And last number, an anecdote is a short story about a real person or event, usually serving to make the listeners laugh or ponder over a topic. Let's now have your answers. So we now have number one. Please post your answer for number one. Again, do not forget to write the number first before you write your answer. All you need to do is just write T or F for your answer. We now have answers here from Maria Eliza Viñas. We also have Kiana Roberto, John Kiyoshi Layosa, Francis Gabriel Rubio, and Maria Angela Samantha Mendoza. Let us check if their answer is correct. Is it a T? Okay, very good. Maria Angela Samantha, your answer is correct. Next, number two. What is your answer for number two? Let us see if the answer of James Paul Navarrete is correct, and Gem Purissima also. We also have answers from Kate and Steven. Is it correct? Is it written in the beginning part of the joke or story? So, okay, it's letter F because punchlines are always written in the last part of the joke or story. So the answer of Miles Julia Unahan is correct. Next, let's have number 3. Number 3, we have answers from Jeb, from Boymar also, from Christine Norshow, from Wesley Moredo. Let us check. Is there only one type of anecdote? False. Okay, so Joshua Passion, you got the correct answer. There are actually many types of anecdotes. Next, number 4. What is your answer now for number 4? Is joke something said or done to provoke laughter? So we now have answers here from Jessica and from Kate and Seth and Jomar. Let us check if their answer is correct. The correct answer is number or letter T for true. So the correct answer is from Cedric Ramos and from Fiona Kibuyen. Thank you very much. Next, let's have number 5. What is your answer for number 5? Is an anecdote a short story about a real person or event? Will it make you laugh or ponder over a topic? We have answers now from Seth and from Kate and from Stephen and from Joshua, from Rochelle also, and Juliana. So, what is the correct answer? Is it a T? Is their answer correct? Very good. Very good, Joanne Pantaleon, I mean. That is correct. So, number 5 is letter T. So, now let us check your answers or your scores. If you got a 5 for activity 1, please give a happy react in the comment section. Before we proceed with activity 2, let us first have the happy react if you got a 5 for activity 1. So we now have happy reacts here from Rochelle, from Christine, from John Kiyoshi, from Francine, from Hariel, from Jonathan, from Kisberly, Melissa also, Santiago from Kidapawan City Division, Wesley also, and Elsie. Thank you very much for those happy reacts and congratulations. Next, let us proceed with activity 2. Okay, now let's have activity 2. Again, there are 5 items for activity 2, and I am always praying that you get again a 5 or a perfect score for this activity. Let us now proceed with the directions. For activity 2, this is what you're going to do. You're going to identify the correct punchlines of the jokes, and you're going to write the correct answer. So I'll be giving some jokes here. There are 5 jokes. What you're going to do is you're just going to identify the correct punchline for those jokes that I will be giving you. Again, there are choices, so you just have to choose the correct letter of the answer. Please don't forget to write the number first before you proceed with writing the answer. Let us begin with the first joke. Number one, why is Peter Pan flying all the time? Again, number one, why is Peter Pan flying all the time? Letter A, he never lands. B, he never gets tired. Or C, he just likes to fly. What do you think is the correct answer? Is it A, B, or C? Don't forget to write the number first. We now have answers from Jill, from D1, from JC, from Brianna May, from Isaias, from Eddie, from Jeb, from Joanne, from Hariel. Is letter A correct? And I would also like to acknowledge the presence of tutor Jessica of Filipino. Happy watching, ma'am. Correct. Our answer for number one is letter A. So the answer of Jessica is correct. Next, let us have number two. Let's have the second joke. The second joke will be about chocolates. What kind of chocolate do they sell at the airport? Again, number two. What kind of chocolate do they sell at the airport? Letter A, wing chocolates. Letter B, plain chocolates. Or letter C, cheap chocolates. What do you think is the correct answer for number two? Okay, that would be a joke about chocolates. So are you getting hungry now? Next, let us have the answers now. We have Francis, Lazary, Juliana, Harvey, Charles. Is your answer correct? Don Powell also. So let us now check if the answer is correct. Is it letter B? Very good, Janella. You got the correct answer. It's letter B. Next, let us have number three. What is the third joke? Okay, number three, tip jar. That is the jar where you put all the tips, okay? So the tip jar reminder in our local coffee shop. Afraid of change? What do you think is the punchline? Letter A, throw it away. B, buy a coffee. C, leave it here. What do you think is the correct answer for number three? What is the correct punchline for the third joke? Okay, let us see now the answers for number three. So we have answers from Eliza, from Nell, from Kate, from Francis. We also have answers from Joshua Pashon, from Cedric Ramos, from Kirby, from Boymar. Is their answer correct? Is it a letter C? Very good, people. That is a letter C. Leave it here. Next, let's have number four. Number four is a joke about Christmas elves. Number four, what kind of Christmas music do elves like? Okay. Letter A, rap music. B, party music. Or is it letter C, jazz music? What do you think is the correct answer for number four? Which is the most appropriate punchline for number four? Is it A, B, or C? We now have answers from Jomar, from Steven, from Seth, from Nell, from JC, from Vanna, from Katlea, from Jessica also, and Kriana and Amber. So the correct answer is it letter A? Very good. That's letter A. So Wesley and Alexandri, you got the correct answer. Next, let us have our last item for activity 2. This time, it will be about clams. Okay, number 5. What does a clam do on its birthday? What does a clam do on its birthday? Letter A, party all night. Letter B, celebrates. Or C, eat a cake. What do you think is the correct answer for number 5? What do you think is the correct punchline? We have answers now from JC, from Vanna, from Joshua, from Seth, from Kirby, from Cecil, from Kathleya also, from Gabrielle, from Harvey, from Gian. Let us check if their answer is that correct. Is it really letter B? Let us check. Okay, very good. So the clam, every time it's the birthday of the clam, what he does is celebrates. Okay, so that's the correct punchline. So now let us check what is your score for activity 2. What is your score? If you got a 5, please give me a heart react. Let us see how many hearts will we get for activity 2. So we now have a heart here from Gabrielle. We also have some answer. There are still some people typing their answers, but we are having a flood here of hearts from Jessica, from Bernadette, from Elsie, from Stephen, from Cedric, from Vanna, from John Oliver, from Chris Burley, from Cedric, from Carol also, from Boymar, and we have a lot of hearts in the comments box. Thank you very much, people, for answering, and congratulations too. That's a very, very good job for getting a perfect score. Now, for those people who got a 4, we still have one more activity, so don't be sad. You still have one more to go. Okay, let us now proceed with the last activity. That is activity 3. For activity 3, we only have 3 items. Okay, we only have 3 items for activity 3. Now, what we are going to have is this one. So, the direction for this is we're going to read the anecdotes together, and then you're going to answer the comprehension questions. So you're just going to choose again the letter of the correct answer. So let us now proceed with activity 3. Let us have the first anecdote. Okay, please read along. I will just read this aloud. The title of the anecdote is Over and Out. When her 6-year-old daughter and 4-year-old son ran outside to play with their new toy, my sister sat back to enjoy a cup of coffee and a rare moment of quiet. The peace was shattered when my nephew ran back into the house crying. What's wrong? My sister asked. She won't stop calling me Roger. He sobbed and threw down his new walkie talkie. Okay, so that is our anecdote. Now let us proceed with the questions about it. Number 1, who are the ones playing? So we are referring here to the anecdotes. Who are the ones playing? Letter A, the 2 cousins. Letter B, the twin sisters. Letter C, the 6-year-old girl and the 4-year-old boy. Or is it letter D, all of the above? What do you think is the correct answer for number 1? So while we are waiting, let me just greet Dayamona Darangina from Rafael Palma Elementary School and Ma'am Rina Tajosa also. And we also have some people here who just came in. And we have from, okay, so we now have Jamie Bornolia and Bernadette Pineda also. So now let us see if their answer is correct. So other people are saying it's an A, others saying it's a B, and others are saying it's a C. Which among you is correct? The correct answer is letter C. So the 2 children playing there on the anecdote is the 6-year-old girl and the 4-year-old boy. Okay, you got it correctly. Number 2, why did the 6-year-old girl call his 4-year-old brother as Roger? Okay. Here are the choices. Letter A, that is his brother's name. Letter B, that is how she teases her brother. Letter C, That is the widespread term for confirmation when playing walkie-talkie. Or letter D, that is the name of the game. Which is the correct answer? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, let's have answers from Janella. And we now have answers from Miles also, from Joanne, from Jamie, from Christine, and Mark. Okay, is it letter C? Because majority are saying it's a letter C. Is it letter C? Okay, very good, learners. You got the correct answer. So the 6-year-old girl is calling his 4-year-old brother as Roger because that is the widespread term for confirmation when playing walkie talkie. Next, let's have the second anecdote. Okay. Now, the title of the anecdote is Listen to Reason. Can you play with me? My preschooler asked. Not now, I said. I have too much work to do around the house. Taking my hand, and with the wisdom of one who has lived many a lifetime, he said, Mom, I have an advice for you. When people tell me to do work, I don't listen to them. Then I don't have work to do. It works for me. You should try it. Okay, now let us have that is our anecdote. Second anecdote. Let us now proceed with the last question. So, what does this punchline mean? Mom, I have an advice for you. When people tell me to do work, I don't listen to them. Then I don't have work to do. It works for me. You should try it. Okay, what does it mean? Letter A, the kid has good grades in school. Letter B, the kid follows instructions from the people around him. C, the kid admires his mother for being hardworking. Or letter D, the kid wants his mother not to work like what he has been doing. What is the answer for number 3? Okay, good afternoon also. Enet Jaid Kulang from Magdalena Gafood High School. Doña Magdalena Gafood High School. So what is the correct answer? We now have answers here from Chino, from Sedi, from Jamie also, and Ashley and Arlene. Is their answer correct? Is it a letter D? Very good, Ryan and Amber. Your answer is correct. So that ends our activities for our session. Now, let us see. Did you do well in today's session? If you got a 5 for activity, I mean 3 for activity 3. If you got a perfect score, let me just see a comment of 2 happy reacts. Let us have that. If you got a 5 or a 3, I mean, please give 2 happy reacts. That is for activity 3. Okay, we now have some hearts here, or happy, I mean, from Camille Sarte, from Wesley Moredo, from Hariel Crebillo, from Jessica, from Juliana. Thank you very much for those happy reacts. And that only means that you got a perfect score and you did well in today's session. So I am very happy with that and congratulations. That calls for a celebration, of course. So now please don't forget the following things, or I mean this quote. Always find reason to laugh. It may not add years to your life, but will surely add life to your years. So again, I'm reminding everyone to please, please always find reason to laugh because laughter is still the best medicine. Okay, so again, please choose English Day from 1 o'clock to 4:20 p.m. every Tuesday if you want to learn more about the English language. And if you have comments or suggestions, you may email us at edtech@deped.gov.ph. Thank you very much once again for all those who stayed with me every Tuesday. Thank you, and I hope you are really learning a lot for our ETUlay sessions. And up next, please watch Tutor Rubilin for English 8. Again, thank you. Stay safe and stay healthy. And of course, stay happy. Bye, everyone.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan bukas mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa Filipino. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!